So if this is a problems that you need, hang on to like this. On it, without. So I'm sourcing. I think. That was yeah. Sounds like yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, how's it going?
I got the sense that that was a step up from that humble beginnings that they had come.
Oh no,
I think she's
frozen.
Oh
As the self-appointed ambassador,
no. Hey, Timothy, how you doing?
Hey Tim, how's it going?
this first
I don't know if she knows if she's frozen or not.
from the start.
You keep talking.
All right. So I don't know if she's talking right now, you guys. She's frozen on our end. So we'll have to.
Hi, it looks like I've had serious technical difficulties, but I loaded and I'm going to try to bring Bakersfield gentleman back on. We'll see what happens.
There we go. I can hear you much better now. Sounds. There we go.
All right. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay. I was just getting a message from StreamYard saying that it was unresponsive, so I just had to back completely out and then come back in. It looks like I'm a little glitchy, so I don't know. We'll give it a shot, see what happens. It's very windy here, and my internet is crummy when it's windy. I don't know why. It shouldn't be.
No worries. You know, if you need to back out again, you can always leave us on screen. We'll keep talking until you come back.
Yeah.
No
Great.
problem at all.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, well, everybody, here they are, Frankie and Miguel from Bakersfield Gentlemen. They are my guests today, so we're going to get this thing started up in here. Hi, guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So do you want to, before we start talking all about you and all the great things that you guys are doing and into, should we get our cigars lighted?
It's time.
I couldn't wait.
Oh, you're already lighted.
I'm not going to lie.
You're already smoking.
So that is what I'm smoking right now, you guys. That is the Pariah Cigars latest blend.
I was kind of busy. Okay, and I have this because we live in such an awesome state.
100%.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the beach, the water, the weather, the palm trees, the sun. It's fabulous. So
now I will say the weather.
I can't wait to smoke this. California dreaming.
Not here.
Might not be the best what?
It might not be the best weather here or other places like here.
Oh.
You know, when we're in triple digits, and I see my hometown is at a nice 75.
Yeah, that's rough.
But you know, we love California for all of its flaws. We're both born and raised here in California, and it's home. I've been to other places. I've traveled all over the U.S. really. And honestly, I couldn't see myself living anywhere else. California is home to me.
Yeah. I actually lived in Oregon, so I grew up in the Northwest. So I'm from Oregon and I moved down here. And since I was a little girl, I always wanted to live in Southern California. And I've finally got here and can't imagine living anywhere else. I just came down here. I've been here like it just happened overnight. I was just born in the wrong place. So obviously you guys are in Bakersfield because you're called the Bakersfield Gentlemen. Bakersfield started because it's an interesting story. It didn't just start with cigars.
No, we didn't actually. My brother actually started in filmmaking, and in between projects, he wanted some other stuff to film, and so basically, we were bouncing ideas off each other. And at the time, I was bartending for private parties here in town, and I said, well, you know what? We were watching a lot of Tipsy Bartender. I love that guy's channel, and I told him, hey, why don't we make some drinks? We'll invite some of the girls over. mix drinks and film that. And that was a lot of fun to do. Those were mostly recorded at the time.
Yeah,
we were
that
doing
was all
them.
recorded.
And after that, we saw that some people were taking an interest to it. So Miguel came up with the idea of adding more content to it, other than alcohol. And so we were thinking, what else can we add? What else can we add? And cigars came up. People that like cigars also like a lot of alcohol usually. So we started going to all the local lounges around here in Bakersfield and picking up different cigars here and there, trying them out. And the one that really helped us the most has always been Cigars More Bakersfield right here on Rosedale High, which is where we're at right now. We had come in a couple times to each one, and it was, I think, the third time we had come in here that Trina asked us. She said, "What are you guys buying so many cigars for?"
Yeah.
And we told her, we said, we want to make some YouTube videos, and we want to add cigars to it, and that's why we're coming in. So she kind of took us under her wing, showed us some different cigars, kind of led us on our path to try new things. And soon enough, she said, "You know what? Why don't you guys just do the show from here?" And so they've been our longest partner as far as the cigar stuff goes. And soon after that, we noticed that live shows was the area that we really shine. Reviews are great. There's a lot of people that do them, but our biggest response has always been the live shows. We love the interaction in the comments with the people. We've been doing live shows now. We'll be going on our 4th year in September.
You guys have done a lot in a short period of time. It's amazing. And also I think too, it's that it's your media prowess that has kind of just got you out. Really, how to get yourself out there. So that's it too. But I just can't believe how much you've accomplished in such a short time. It's amazing.
Appreciate that. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think it would get to this point, at least not this quickly. We never really did it with that expectation, but the cigar community has really accepted us. Thanks to Eduardo over there, Paul, Timothy, all you guys.
Not so much Paul. He just brags on us the whole time.
Paul likes to do that. But it's been it's been great to meet everybody.
Absolutely.
From the viewers to just other smokers to people who are in the industry. It's a very welcoming community.
It's fun too when you go to like PCA or TPE or something like that, and people are like, "Hey," and they know you and they're excited to meet you, and it's pretty fun. And it's fun too, I think, when you meet cigar makers and they're like, "Hey, I want to be on your show." I love that when I don't have to ask them, but they ask you. Then you're like, "I think I've arrived."
Yeah, I think for me, one of the biggest moments, one of the most surreal moments really was last PCA. Senor Blanco was there, and he had come up to me and said, "Hey, I really like the show. Sorry, I haven't tuned in as much, but you guys are doing a great job." And the fact that he recognized us, more so me than Miguel, it really made me take a step back. This guy is a juggernaut in the industry, and with so many people making content nowadays, because once COVID hit, everybody started doing shows. It was a way for them to keep engaged with everyone. We had to do a show because of it, and the fact that he watches our show, and that he knew who we were, again, more me than Miguel, it was awesome. It was such a great feeling to get that from someone so big in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. That only happened to me once. Myself to somebody at, I guess it was TP. It was United Cigars, and I went into that space, and I was like, "Hi," and he was like, "You look so familiar." And then he started talking about one of the shows. I'm thinking martinis. I'm thinking, and it was this Italian show we did where we smoked Toscanos, and my son was on, and so he had watched it. He'd just come across it and watched it, and so that was
That's awesome.
really nice. It's nice when I don't have to pay people to watch it. Just kidding.
We still pay them in cigars all the time. Paul said something nice in the comments. That's only because we paid him to say that. Though.
Yeah.
That's it helps out a lot. Thank you, man. I will say one story that I love to tell is we were here in town. I was at a gas station, and I was pumping gas, and there was this really tall guy kind of staring at me.
Well, he might have been average height, just we're short.
We're our short. No, he was much taller. It was like he was a good height compared to my very shortness. I'll say that. But he's staring at me, and he kind of got like a little frown on his face, like, "Did I offend this guy or something?" Like, and he's staring at me as I go in to pay or go get my receipt or something. I forget what it was. When I come out, he still is, and he approaches me as I head to my car. I'm like, "Oh, geez, this is not going to be great." And he stands there in front of me, kind of points like, "You do cigar stuff?" It's like, "Whoo, okay, good, all right, this is different. I do cigar stuff. That's awesome." And he watched the show, and it was really weird, and it's still weird that anybody actually watches the show. We meet them. I still don't get it. Like, what are we doing that you are interested in? But I'm very happy.
Yeah. But I agree with you too when you talk about the live. That's what I love too. And sometimes people are like, "Oh, it's not very convenient for me to be on live. Can we just pre-record it?" And it's like, I mean, we can, and it's not like, I mean, like we talked about, a lot of our viewers watch after and, at a convenient time for them. But there's something about the people who are on while we're live and that they can ask questions and join in the fun, and like friends of, the guest, and they're making jokes. And I also kind of like I did a live show from the floor on TPE. And it's kind of like anything can happen. You could trip over a cord or something, and you just kind of make that part of the fun part of the show. That it's not is to me it like the way I like to do my show, where it's more casual. It's more like we're chatting and we're sitting having a smoke, talking, rather than really rigid and formalized. And so I really think there is something about the live. I think people like it.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. And I appreciate that, like just the conversation, nothing super serious, because then it kind of takes the wind out of me a little bit. If I gotta start thinking real hard about all my answers, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get me tongue tied. Either way, I'm gonna get tongue tied. I'll be honest right now. It's probably gonna happen sometime in this conversation.
Yeah.
But at least it's not over something, super profound. I'm already doing it.
And not only that is, we've never really been, for lack of a better word, a structured show. We'll have some points here and there that we'll jot down that we want to hit during the show. Most of it, like Miguel was saying, is viewer interaction, and that lends itself to a whole new area of conversation. We might be talking about the new size of the Oliva Serie Violano del Toro that just came out, and that gets someone talking about this cigar or that cigar, or the last time they had that cigar. And that just opens up to so much more, and the conversation becomes so much more personable with those people. I think that's what really engages them to stick around and keep coming back and watching. Because with the recorded show, you don't get that. You don't get that one-on-one time with people watching. And when they're actually part of the show through the conversation, through the comments, you acknowledge them. And I do apologize, because there's some times where there's so many comments we don't get to all of them. But we do try to keep as many as we can answered, or at least commented on. And that engagement, it really helps keep the show organic and entertaining. You never know what the next topic is going to be by opening it up that way. And I think that's probably one of the keys to success for us.
And to get to learn more stuff, because they'll bring cigars, they'll bring alcohols, they'll bring movies or books or sports teams that I don't know about. And it helps out to learn more about not just the industry in general, about new cool cigars to find out about, but just in life in general. They'll talk about their jobs, they'll talk about different stuff they're into, and it allows us to kind of branch out and see exactly what the audience wants to talk about. And I love that feeling.
I think that's true too. It's like me, questions of you. It's not just me deciding what we're going to talk about and asking you certain questions. They get to kind of say, I want to talk about something else. They can ask their own questions. It's just more real or something. I don't know. The recorded stuff, I don't know. There's nothing I hate worse than a boring cigar show. And there are some. I've seen some where I'm like, God, drink some coffee or something.
And I mean, there's obviously a place for recorded shows. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, true.
Our Wednesday show, even though we do it live, it's mostly for the recording, so we can take that and put it into a podcast format.
Yeah.
And when I started the cigars, when we really started getting into it, I would watch Brian Glenn, all day. I would put on his reviews. I would steal pointers on how he does it. Really watch him. I would watch Brad, see how he does his stuff. I'd go back and see reviews from like 10 years ago that someone did, and they only did it for like a month. But I'd watch those random and obscure reviews, and they're entertaining. I gotta say that there's definitely a spot for them on this whole cigar journey, and for the people that make it doing that, that's awesome. It's just we found much more success with our live than our reviews, and we'll still do reviews from time to time. When we have reviews coming out for PCA, now that all the interviews will be released by Saturday.
They'll be out this weekend. We did a lot of interviews, and those are the recordings. We kind of keep those shorter, just for that same reason we're talking about. We don't want them to get boring. We just want the facts, and then we want to get those people that we did interviews with back on the show for the lives. Mm-hmm. So it's just a little teaser to get them into that full half an hour, or if we can, an hour with them talking about.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's a great idea. So your friend Paul said, he said live is so much better. How else do you get to ask Miguel about Puff?
Oh, no.
Okay, you have to tell that story now. I don't know what's Puff.
All right, well, Caldwell has a great cigar, the Blind Man's Bluff, and there is also a very interesting show out there called the Blind Man's Puff, and I accidentally mixed up the names there and called the cigar the Blind Man's Puff. Oh. It was pretty much an entire live episode.
Yeah.
It was a good 30 minutes, and you didn't.
Okay.
He didn't help me out. The audience only.
You just let him go, right?
Yeah. So there was a long. I don't know how many. It was at least 10 shows afterwards. I was getting made fun of for that. They don't let you forget either, and I kind of appreciate.
No,
that.
I'm sorry I brought it up now. Shame on you, Paul.
It was gonna happen.
Let's let that go. Let's let that go. I know he never liked to do that. Oh my gosh. I think my second show, I did the first 30 minutes. I had Mike G on. I don't know if you guys know Mike G, Super Connecticut cigar. We talked for 30 minutes. We had the best show. I mean, we were laughing so hard because he's so funny, and he was talking about things behind the scenes of being an actor. And after 30 minutes, we realized we weren't live.
Oh, no.
Thus started my career of having a show and knowing nothing about technology. So it's usually a technological disaster, but I have really great guests and we have a lot of fun. So it's kind of a combination. I think our show is going to be glitchy when people go back and watch it, but usually they run the, you guys look great though. And they usually run the little, but I can't even think of the word. The words underneath. So
captions.
Yeah.
So tell me, we were talking early. How many shows were you guys producing at one time?
At one time, I think we had about 9 different shows that we had running in our studio. The show that we do, the Bakersfield Gentlemen, plus the other show that we're producing that's on later tonight. They all fall under the banner of Waspness Videos. That's our production company name. That we do all the photography, all the filmmaking, all the different shows. And, at one time in the studio, our buddy who's a painter, a good buddy of ours, he actually came and painted different sections of the entire studio with different colors. So you'd see everybody had their own set, they had their own backdrop. And, I mean, we had the cigar show, we had the grill show, we had an anime show, we had a gaming show, we had movies, wrestling. I mean, just so many different things we had a show about. But as
you guys are well-rounded dudes.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had a lot of people to work, a lot of great people here to work with. So, we produced the shows, we had the host for them, we support them as best we could. As things happen, people maybe not have as much time anymore. So we've really whittled down the shows to two right now. We're just doing the two. We're doing our show and the girl show. But they're both doing really well, so we're really happy. Eventually, once we can hopefully get as far away from all this COVID stuff as possible, we'll open up the studio again and definitely maybe looking to bring back some of those shows because a lot of people they really like the other shows. They got to see other hosts other than ourselves, and it was a lot of fun to do those.
And honestly, I started doing this to be behind the camera. The on stuff only happened because the cigars, so we could bounce ideas off each other. And the first live we did was just kind of by happenstance. We went on the balcony of the apartment that he had at the time and just smoked some cigars and drank tequila. Mm-hmm. People liked it, so we kind of kept it going. I was not expecting it to kind of snowball into this, but I'm very happy. We're very blessed and fortunate for what we've gotten from it.
That's interesting too, because my son is a behind the camera person, but he's so good in front of the camera. So there's something about that skill of being behind the camera and watching people in front of the camera that when you have to do it, you know what to do. You know what looks good, what doesn't, right? I mean, it seems like most people behind the camera are good in front too. So that's pretty fun. So tell me about, I wanted to talk about these cigars. And also me about, you have the Monday show with little Cisco kid, Melanie.
Yeah. So, my brother actually started that show. Once COVID hit, our work closed down. So I took that time to sleep in. He took that time to go and start a new show to keep him busy. But once work started back up, we were going to cancel it, but people loved it, and Melanie stepped up. She was fantastic, and she had guest appeared on it several times, and so she pretty much took over for us on that one. You can find her every morning at 8 a.m. our time, and that's Monday through Friday. And yeah, it's a fantastic show. It's about half an hour, so it's only a little quick morning show to get you guys going. So if you guys want to do that, you guys can absolutely do that. She's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I just got to meet her for the first time. She's like a bundle of energy. She's pretty cool. Yeah.
Definitely. Actually, that was the first time for us meeting her in person as well. Was at PCA. Yeah. So it was a great experience. Oh yeah. Really fun.
Yeah. There's some really great women in this industry, girls who are smoking. And we all interact kind of on Instagram and try to meet each other and try to get together and trying to be kind of a supportive force of each other, which I think is really nice. So we all kind of have different styles and we're different things. And so it's just really nice to support each other. And, it's good to stick together. Although, the guys are really supportive too. Like I just had somebody create a page that looked like it was me and it went to a porno site. This was a couple days ago. Yeah. It's that they follow this link and see me doing all these lovely things and it went to a porn site. And they had whoever created it had my exact name, except they had 2 underscores instead of 1. So it looked like me and I just feel sorry for the people who followed the link because now their phone is probably just full of junk. But I mean, I guess I wasn't worried. I'm like, I haven't done any porno, so it's fine. It's me. But it's kind of, I don't know. But, the nicest thing was I got that morning, I opened up my messages and there were at least 12 people, 12 followers said, hey, I saw this. Most of them said I went and reported it, which was good because they had blocked me. So I couldn't go on it and report it. So you know, it was like really nice support. So it's and I think the shows are nice too because we all show up on each other's shows, and it just really kind of brings the community together. And I think that you guys like to see the girls getting along. It's nice. It's just such a nice community. And
Yeah. While we were at PCA, we got to hang out with Whiskey Girl Josie and Togi Chick, and obviously Melanie, Coco.
Yeah.
We hung out with them for a while. We did a show over at the outlet, which was great.
Yeah.
Saw Cigar Vixen. It's always great seeing her. So yeah. The ladies they're fantastic. They really are. You girls are doing your thing. And I think it's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gets the word out more. I mean, we need.
Yeah. I love this. Paul said, copying is a form of flattery. Hopefully the performers in the porn were hot. Yeah, they better have been hotter than me. Better not have led to something like in somebody's basement, or
Oh no.
it better have been top rated. That's funny. Yeah, I could use different flattery though. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this cigar. So talk to me about California Dreamin'. And by the way, look at that beautiful ash.
Love it.
Now, I would have left mine on too, but I don't want to drop it here behind the counter, so I didn't.
Yeah.
But it has a great burn line. The ash goes on really well. It's a very well constructed cigar that comes out of the El Artista factory down in the Dominican Republic. They've been absolutely fantastic with us. We've worked with them for all three of our blends, both Pariah Rush and Noir, and now the California Dreamin' Volume 1. This is our latest in our line, our first Habano wrapped cigar. Our first cigar with a band on it. For everybody that's watching that purchased the Rush or the Noir, they know that it came with just a sticker on the butcher paper. But now they have actual bands.
Yeah, now you got the
and they're absolutely fantastic.
Pull that off a little bit.
It's really good. It's really a delicious cigar, and it's not got a lot of pepper fan.
No, it's a very easy smoking cigar. It's not so aggressively complex that a new smoker would be off-put, but it's not so mild that a veteran smoker would not be interested in trying it. It's a good medium in strength.
I'd say
full flavored, definitely full flavored. You get a hint of those baking spices in there. You get the coffee. You get a little bit of cocoa on the retrohale with a little bit of spice.
Definitely the coffee. This would be great with coffee, or like I'm drinking it with whiskey and iced tea, and so it's really nice with the iced tea too. You definitely get the coffee, and it's like a dark coffee or something, like an espresso. Or
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's easy on the retrohale too. I know there's some cigars out there when you retro, it's nothing but strength and spice that you're getting. This one you can retrohale, and you'll get that cocoa, you'll get that coffee. You will get a little bit of spice, but it's good, definitely a good cigar to start retrohaling on. It's a beautiful cigar that I've enjoyed smoking for the past month.
It's been, yeah. I think I'm smoking too many of them. That might be a problem.
I want to say that there's a little leather in it. Yes.
Yes.
Yep, definitely. And big thanks to Paul. We're finally getting, because everything's been done direct through us up until now. We're finally trying to build the site so people can order off of there. And he is he's right. He is order number 0001 on the website. So he was our guinea pig. I got some fixing to do on that thing. I will get to that this weekend and try to make it work a little bit better. But if you guys want to go there, you can check it out, thebakersfieldgentleman.com, and it will pop up. But we're going to make it a little easier to use as well in the very, very near future.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is nice. Smooth. I like it.
I'm very happy to
It
hear
goes good with the name, because it's like, I don't know. I could see smoking it on the beach.
Yeah, if they didn't get mad at us for doing it, we'd absolutely smoke it on the beach.
Oh, I do it all the time. I just sit really far away from people so they don't complain. And
it's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. You go to the beach, you can always find a spot on some beach somewhere where you're by yourself or you're with your party. What's the harm in having a cigar? You don't get any more ventilated than right there by the ocean. With that
exactly.
Going. So, I mean, unless the copper's having a super bad day, don't think they're going to give you too much flack for
Yeah.
it. No,
Well, fortunately, you can see the beach patrol and their jeeps coming from a long ways away, so you can always put it aside. I do it. I break rules all the time. I was born to break rules. It's just, I always tell my friends rules are really just guidelines. You get to just kind of pick.
100%.
I always go the wrong way down the parking lot. The arrow's going this way. I drive that way. I don't break rules, but I'm gonna smoke on the beach. I mean, it's just gonna happen. So, yeah.
I think it should. It's a great spot, Nice sunny day, a little breeze going, a nice drink in your cup, and a good cigar.
Yeah. You know what movie? I get to my movie pairing now that we kind of reviewed the cigar. So my movie pairing is going to be. It's going to go back to the 80s. I think the early 80s that came out. The movie Lost Boys, the vampires.
I like
vampire movie. Oh, this is good because it's got a little bit of spice, but it's got that like I don't know. It's to me, it's like an evening nighttime cigar. It's like you were saying, it's an easy, but it has a pretty good flavor. It's not something I'd smoke probably. Well, I might smoke it in the morning. I don't know, but
coffee, yeah.
I just think of nighttime, evening. This is a good going out cigar, and it's kind of addictive. I would say I would start smoking these like crazy. So kind of like vampires, I feel like a vampire smoking it.
Nice. I like it.
It's really good, and I can't believe the ash is just.
Yeah, the folks that roll them over the factory, they're top notch. I mean, if you guys haven't tried El Artista cigars, give them a try. You'll see the level of quality and craftsmanship that goes into our cigars, because all of our cigars are rolled there as well.
I have not tried one of their cigars.
Yeah, they're still a small boutique company.
Okay.
They're cranking out some amazing stuff. So yeah.
Where are they based out of?
The Dominican.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely worth a check out. I would recommend El Artista to anybody out there. The new Buffalo 10 Connecticut is really nice. They have the Slugger, which originally came in a 60 by 7, and they finally came out with the size a little more reasonable for me, because I don't go for those 60s very often, but I liked it enough to keep smoking it, over and over again. And then now they have, I believe it's a Toro. I'm gonna have to smoke more of them. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out for sure. Okay, so I did my movie pairing. What about you guys? What movie would you watch smoking this, do you think? What comes?
I would probably go. It's more of a recent one too. I'm gonna have to go with The Bankers. It's a iTunes original or an Apple original. Apple original.
Okay.
It's about a couple of guys who want to get into real estate in Hollywood, in LA, and they're being boxed out. So instead of just going for real estate and trying to get the loans, they buy the bank out.
Oh,
they
nice.
flip the script. And actually, Samuel L. Jackson smoked cigars throughout the entire thing, which I liked very much. He was a very different character than he usually is. He was very lackadaisical and serious, so I kind of liked that.
Yeah.
And, they were going after their American dream in California, so I think they were California dreaming pretty well in that movie.
That's cool.
And
That's great.
It's a true story. So I want to dive deeper into that, because the movie was great. I would love to know more about the real life characters that they were.
Yeah. I'll have to watch it. I have not seen it, so now I'm intrigued.
Good film. Very well done.
Yeah. What about Frankie?
I would say for me, I wouldn't go with the film. I would actually go with a TV series that I enjoy to watch a lot. That's based in California. Sons of Anarchy. They do smoke a lot of cigars in that. They have their own cigar. I actually got to meet Ron Perlman and Emilio Rivera a couple times, and I think kind of smoking the cigar, watching that show, relaxing. I think that's fantastic. Again, also
Yeah.
living their California dream of living by their own rules and doing their own thing. I just think that's a good pair right there.
Yeah. Paul said LA Confidential, which that'd be good too, wouldn't it?
That's a good pick. I like that.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I don't think I could smoke a cigar while riding a motorcycle. I'd probably mess up. I'd probably drop it. But they make it look good. So someone out there can do it.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I mean, here a lot of times when I'm doing the show, it's just windy enough that it blows the ash off my cigar. I can't imagine being on a motorcycle and they would constantly be blowing off. And sometimes when the wind blows the ash off, it takes the whole cherry and everything off, and then you're like, now I have to relight it. And I hate relighting cigars. It just never tastes the same.
Right.
I 100% agree with that. I don't like
Right?
it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me. It's like microwaving food, leftovers. It never tastes the same. Or like coffee, like you didn't drink it all the day before, so you put it in the microwave. Mm-mm. I can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
So I usually try to make sure my cigar does not go out because, yeah, see, it's really windy.
Yeah, by the time you're relighting it, you're just charring tobacco, and that's never good.
Yeah. Mm. Well, thank you for giving me 2 of these because I still have one left.
Oh, nice.
So, Saturday, going to the LA Smokes. So a big party in downtown LA.
Fantastic.
It's like a big herf, kind of. I think it's in a hotel banquet room or something like that. But I think I'm going to take this with. Seems like it'd be a really good party cigar, and nobody else is going to have. Well, somebody might have it, but it's probably going to start a conversation like, "What do you smoke?"
I love that.
So I'll take it with me and be like, dudes, this is yummy.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And to order this cigar, right, if people want to try California Dreamin', they can go to your website? Or
Yes, they can go to our website, thebakersfieldgentleman.com,
Okay.
or they can go to any of our social media and message us directly through there.
Take care.
Either one of us will respond to you, and then we can go from there. If you come into Cigars and More, we help you out as well. But yeah, social media is probably the best way to get a hold of us. So yeah, if you guys need them, go ahead and give us a call, give us a DM, and we'll set you guys up. 100%.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just waiting for my next trip. I have a friend in Fresno, and I go to visit him regularly. So next time I head up to Fresno, I'm going to stop in and see you guys because it's on the way.
Well,
Love that, yeah.
I don't know if this is the time that you're going, but we'll announce it here first.
Yes.
Every November, Cigars and More does Stogie Fest. It's been going on with us included now for 5 years, but they've been doing that since before we joined the team. And this year it's going to be November 12th, Friday night. So if you guys are in the area or want to be in the area, November 12th will be the day for Stogie Fest. So right after Veterans Day. So if you guys do come and you guys want to honor a veteran and give me a cigar, that's absolutely fine with me. Or we'll have a donation spot for Cigars for Warriors where you guys can donate cigars as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll have drinks. We'll have cigars. We'll have different reps out here selling different cigars, giving great deals. So
Okay.
stock up on your humidor if you guys want to come out November 12th.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 6 vendors usually as far as cigars go. We'll
Okay.
get the local Harley Davidson involved. They bring some bikes out. We do raffles, a long ash contest, and then there's plenty of drinking as well. So you'll see me doing that as well. Just one of those.
Oh,
things.
that sounds fun. I'll just plan on that, November 12th. When's the big smoke? It's in November, isn't it?
The week before.
First weekend.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
We definitely didn't want to take their weekend because we know a lot of people, even people out here, want to go to that. And we didn't want to be too close to Thanksgiving with people traveling out of town. So we figured that the 12th would be a perfect day.
Perfect. Okay, I'll just plan on coming up there that weekend, and then I can visit my friend.
Fantastic.
And then I can stop on the way back down too.
I like that plan. I think that's a good idea.
And you guys you'll be promoting that on your page, so that's another good reason to make sure that you're following them, to keep let them know let you know what's going on with them. They'll be posting that on their page and everything. So
absolutely. As every vendor confirms they'll be there, we'll release that.
Okay.
When anything happens, when any information pops up, we'll definitely let everybody know ASAP. But
okay.
It'll be a good time.
Okay. It sounds fun. I have to wear biker clothes, maybe, huh?
Yes, you can.
I love it.
Maybe we'll have a
some.
We'll have a Sons of Anarchy cosplay contest.
Leather pants and I can come up with something.
I like it. I like the idea.
Okay. What about Pariah Cigars? Want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, Pariah Cigars is well. At first, we didn't know we were going to be making cigars until a couple of guys kind of pitched us the idea. Like, you have a following, why not have your own cigar too? And I'm not gonna lie, pretty hesitant in the beginning. There's a lot more intricacies, than just knowing people and saying, "Hey, buy this," And at first, we had an investor, and we were excited. We have our buddy James from Sinistro helping us with the blends, and so unfortunately, the investor had to back out. So we decided, we don't want this to go away. Let's just do it ourselves. So all the orders have been, very small orders at once. We do 1,000 to 2,000 cigars at one time. For the California Dream, and being volume 1, this is going to be its one and done.
Yes.
And then we'll have another one release volume 2, 3, and so forth and so on. But we're able to partner up with El Artista for the factory to keep the quality well. And Pariah, the name itself, kind of came out from ourselves. I mean, we're not part of any family in the industry. We've only been a part of it for the last 5 to 6 years. We're just kind of outsiders looking in, and we're very happy to be a part of it in any way we can. So all the stars aligned, and it just kind of came to be. We've only been doing this it'll be about a year. It'll be about a year in November.
Okay.
So it's going well. It's baby steps right now, but we definitely plan on growing it as much as we can.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you guys are doing well, for sure. I mean, everybody knows you, and Frankie is a chick magnet.
It's true. Yeah.
Right?
I try.
When I see him at TPE or at PCA, there's always women around him. So
It's just my magnetic personality. What can I say?
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, back away from this guy.
It's true. Yeah. Well, you guys have a lot going on. So you kind of talked about what's coming up. A few more cigars. Any new shows you're thinking about, or?
Want to keep the ones we're doing going, because we do 3 a week as far as the 2 o'clock slot goes, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Then the morning show is Monday through Friday.
Right.
So right now it's 8 live shows a week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're gonna add anything to that. We might be adding one for the supporters, because we have our Facebook supporters and Patreon, and they help keep the show going. They help us so much. So I think we're gonna add one in. Specifically for them, so it'll be a private show that we'll do probably once a month or once every 2 weeks or so, and that'll just be for supporters of the show. If you guys want to check that, it's on Patreon, the Bakersfield Gentleman on Patreon, or just you hit the teal shield whenever we go live on Facebook, and you can sign up there too.
Yeah.
You get bonus giveaways every month. You get a cigar of the month if you join Patreon, and exclusive content that is just for you guys. And I hope to grow that some more as well. We'll definitely add some shows for that.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you guys are busy. I mean, I know how much time it takes just to do this show. I can't even imagine. I mean, I guess there's 2 of you, but still, I don't think people realize how much it is.
I mean, even with StreamYard, it's a great tool to use, but you have to know how to use it. You have to know how, all the stuff works together. And we've gone through several different setups, different platforms to try, and really nailing it down to where we are now. We think we do a pretty good job of keeping the show looking really good.
Yeah.
You know, Miguel's done a great job of researching. Okay, we need to upgrade the mic. We need to upgrade our cables. We got to get a hardwire to the internet. You know, upgrade the software, upgrade this and that. And you know, so he puts a lot of time and effort into making the show look as good as it does.
Yeah.
You know, and I do my part too. I play video games, smoke cigars, and drink and watch YouTube all day. So it's really 50-50.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know we talked about you just kind of learning the behind the scenes stuff, but he doesn't do that. He will not learn at all. So it's all me doing the technical stuff. This guy's he'll come up with an idea and then say it to me, and that's it. I'm just supposed to kind of run with it.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. God, I wish I had a technical person. It would help a lot. But yeah, it's just a lot of work, like working on guests. And then, you know, if I'm going to have somebody on, I need to research everything about them and their cigars and try them. And I mean, I start on Monday for the Thursday show. I mean, I start working on it. So yeah, but it sure is fun. It's fun having this interaction. So.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. There's a lot behind the scenes before you even get to turn the camera on that's got to be done. Not just the technical stuff, but like you said, the research, you know, making sure everyone knows the words out there, who's coming on. And you want to make sure everyone gets the same attention to detail as the person before them and the next person after.
Yeah. And I do the film pairing too. So usually like this time I had not smoked the cigar before. So I had to wait till I smoke the cigar and just come up with the movie right now. But in the past, you know, I've had people on where I've smoked the cigar before. So then I sit out here and I'm smoking it and I'm thinking about what the movie's going to be. And it's a movie that I'm like, I think that would work. But sometimes I have to go back and kind of watch it and see, is that the movie I want to choose? And I don't know, it's a lot of work. And I guess with COVID, I have not been working. So I've been able to put all this time into it. When I go back to work, I don't know.
Now, I will say a great film that'll pair with almost any cigar is the film that we talk about a lot, even though the critics didn't like it. It's called The Tax Collector. There's a couple movies that I watch once a week, and that happens to be one of them. I think it's a fantastic movie. It has Shia LaBeouf in it, and he does a fantastic job. I know he got a lot of hate for it, but I think it's a really well put together film. I mean, it didn't get a huge budget, but they did a fantastic job with what they had. So, great film. If you guys want to take the time to watch it, we're always talking about it.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, one of the main villain of that film, I actually got to talk to him a couple times through Instagram, just chatting back and forth about it. And it was awesome that he took the time out of his day to actually communicate. You know, I know he's a busy guy. So, yeah, The Tax Collector. Absolutely fantastic.
That's great. Okay. I'll watch that one too. Now I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
I need new suggestions. After a while, I'm kind of like, oh dear. Although there's a lot out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah. And you know, when I pair a movie too, I try to go back and pick films from like the 40s are really kind of some of my favorites. I like the old films. But you know, I try to pick new ones too because people want to hear that too. But really, I just don't pick a movie. I mean, it really has to go with the cigar. And usually if I smoke the cigar and I'm just thinking about it as I smoke it and the flavors and, you know, how much nicotine it has, if I'm getting kind of buzzy, you know, it's going to be a different movie than if it's very mellow. And it usually just kind of pops in my head. So kind of fun. Sometimes I'll be like, where'd that film come from? Out of nowhere, but yeah.
I love that. Because a lot of people will go with their drink pairings, which makes sense. I get it. But it's very unique to get some movie pairings. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, when I started to do the show, I thought everybody does drink pairing, you know, coffee or alcohol and you know, like my son, and he's into film. So, you know, film is always on my mind. I live near Hollywood. I'm always in Hollywood. So I just started, and one day I was watching a movie and smoking a cigar, and I was like, I wish I could remember what movie and what cigar, but whatever I was doing, I was like, this is not the right cigar for this movie. Like, I'm not even paying attention to the cigar because the movie is so overpowering for the cigar that I smoked it and I didn't even pay attention. So that's when I was like, hey, it's about the same length. Movies are about an hour and a half. Robusto's about an hour and a half. So it's like, it just kind of happened. I just thought, I'm going to do that, and it's going to be unique and fun. And yeah, since I live near the entertainment capital of the world, I thought maybe it'd be a good fit. So,
well, if you're ever over in El Segundo, over by LAX, you should definitely check out our sister store, Cigars More El Segundo.
Okay.
5 minutes away from LAX.
Okay.
Lounge, great selection. Matter of fact, the boss was here last night. We talked to him for a while. They actually featured it on Cigar Aficionado when they opened up. So beautiful, beautiful lounge. Great people that go down there. So if you're ever in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I didn't even know they had a lounge.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. I love going there.
It's right off of Main Street in El Segundo.
Okay. Fun. I have a friend, her and I like to just go to all the lounges and try them all out and pop in once in a while. So we'll do that. That'll be fun.
Love
Yeah.
it. Nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to have
I
you.
know. I'm glad like a little space opened up, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to have you on like November. And then it opened up and I was like, come on. So, yeah, it's always good to talk to you guys. I love that you're newbies, but man, you just jumped in with both feet and it's working really well for you, and you guys are loving it. And yeah, I mean, I've only been making cigars seriously for 2.5 years, maybe, I want to say. So kind of new for me too, but kind of the same thing. I just kind of fell in love with it, jumped in and start reading about it and researching and talking to people, and you just start learning. It's just like, it's a whole world of, people start talking to me, really, you like cigars and don't they taste all the same? It's like, oh hell no. And yeah. And my last show I had Texas Cigar Rollers on.
Nice.
If you guys get a chance to watch it, it was so cool because he's a blender and a roller. And so he had on the leaves, and he really talked about all the intricacies of, folding versus rolling and making sure that you have enough airflow so that you have a good draw, and all the things that go into not just the flavor, but the construction. And then they both have to come together to make a cigar. And then that has to be consistent. And honestly, when I hear those people talk and I watch that, I don't know how they do it. I'm just like, it's fascinating. So, and he's just real down to earth, humble, just kind of talking about it, but you could just see the passion, and so pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely an art.
Definitely. Yeah. I think that's what really pulled me into is the whole thing. It's not just the flavor and the smoking of the cigar, but it's the look, the band, the history, it's all of that. So it's pretty fun. Yeah. So I don't know that it matters how long you've been doing it. It's how much of a passion it is, right? You guys are a perfect example of that. Yeah. Okay, well, we are coming up on an hour, so I think we'll say goodbye. I just want to announce to everybody that I will not have a show next week. I'm going to Vegas to celebrate my 59th birthday.
Happy early birthday.
I'm very excited. My last year in my 50s. So a friend and I are, the friend who lives in Fresno, we're going to Vegas, and we're going to do it up big. So I'm going to be at a pool on Thursday. I'm not going to do a show, but
Well, I hope you have a good time.
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. I don't know, between the cigar shows and everything, I keep finding myself in Vegas. It's amazing.
Yeah, before COVID, we were there every other month.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, it's basically
Something
a second
going
home
on.
fest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to sign off and I'm going to try my exit video. We'll see if it plays because the end video never played. So I'll hit it and see what happens. But I will talk to you guys soon. And thank you so much for coming on. And you know what I always say at the end of my show? Be kind. Keep chasing your stars. See you in 2 weeks. Just have to say goodbye. Thanks, you guys, for being on. We'll talk soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.